This is a blog for Tuesday morning, 4th of November, Panto with Cindy. Our aims and objectives of the session were to learn and perform choreography material for Peter Pan the pantomime, identify the skills required for a dance within a pantomime, discuss your findings and feedback, and develop and perform choreography material. Okay, so the first thing we did was we got into groups and we wrote down skills we developed since starting the college academic year. Some things our group wrote down were dance auditions, as I've never done a dance audition before, like where I'd had to create my own material. I've done a dance audition where it was basic movement, but not where I had to create my own material to a song or anything. Working with actors, as we've been working with the actors this year in our World War I piece and developing movement pieces for them, so that was fun and different because we had to adapt it to fit both an actor and a dancer, so the actors had to adapt to us and we had to adapt to them. Release exercises, I did release last year but not as much as I've done it this year, and it's really nice to do release exercises. Choreography skills, because I've never really choreographed before, and it's been quite a challenge for me because when I've created something I think it's not good enough, or it's not technical, or it's not right. My confidence has improved loads and developed loads since the academic year has started, so I'm really pleased that my confidence has developed loads. Applying intentions to movement, as I've applied intentions to acting and reason why I'm doing it, but never to movement before, or fully thought of why I've done a movement or anything like that. Working with professionals in the industry, as Company Boom performed alongside Edge Hill and Edge Forward and 12 Degrees North, so that was really good to see like what we're going up against and stuff, and what you can achieve at the end of like your degrees and stuff. Performance installation, I've done site specific before, but I've never done performance installation piece, which we did with World War I, so that was really nice because I really enjoyed doing stuff like that. We've looked into projection, so for me we looked more detail into projection within performance, and it's really key that you project within a performance because you need to be able to project your movements and carry out through a movement and not be lazy and properly fully through the movement. Technique and coordination, so from being like starting the academic year, we've looked a lot into technique and coordination, which my technique has improved since starting, so that's good. And group performance, so that was developing things like compromising, adapting, and teamwork. And then we looked at skills used in pantomimes, which I wrote down tits and teeth, because panto is very and over exaggerated. It's cheese. Movement skills, as there's a lot of movement in the panto, so we've all got to really be on the ball. Act and react, even though we are dancers, we still need to act and react to different people around us and different characters. So like in the first scene, Smee comes on stage and we all need to run away from him and act and react to him, so which we have been doing. Technique skills, which is in all the pieces. There's just this technique that's required to make the movements look good and technically correct. Vocal skills, as we have some of the dancers have acting roles, but even if you're not a dancer, you still need your vocal skills to participate in audience interaction, should I say. Dynamics, because dynamics can really change a performance, so if you add in like impulses and impacts, they can change a movement completely and make it more colourful. Choreography skills, because we've all been choreographing together in unison, and chipping in ideas and stuff to fill in breaks and creativity tasks. Improvisation skills, because in a panto you are going to improvise like on the spot, so that your reactions aren't the same and it's not boring, so you're trying different things, over exaggeration, as pantomime is very over the top. So if you're crying, it's not a simple wipe away a tear, it's oh no, woe is me, etc. Facial skills, as I said, panto is very dramatic and over the top, so you really need to over exaggerate in the face. We then went on to start the practical section of our lesson, and we did some warm-up exercises where we started from the corner to do 4 runs, then 4 jumps in parallel position, then 4 runs, then 4 jumps around in a circle, and then 2 leaps. It was a quick warm-up because we didn't really need to do much to get ourselves prepared for panto. So when doing these, I was able to travel the movement really far in the 4 runs. I wasn't fully following through on the jumps, which made my legs quite sore, like the front. I think it's called shin splints, so I got shin splints throughout the lesson, so that wasn't nice. And on the leaps, I kept getting the legs wrong, so that wasn't good either, and that meant I was doing the movement wrong. We then went on to the choreography. The choreography was quite basic and simple because the actors are doing it as well, so we don't want to overcomplicate them. It was quite easy to pick up, but I struggled with like placing the choreography where it should be. But I was able to perform a lot through my face, so this was good, because you need to perform technically correct and facially in performance. My next point is we have a lift in it, and you bring your legs out into straddle, so this really needs to be quite like energetic and big. And we're in partners, and Daniel's lifting me and I'm the one jumping. At first I didn't really trust Daniel because I didn't feel he could support my weight, so I was a bit apprehensive about the lift, but he can actually support me, so I just need to get higher and get my legs apart more to make the movement more dramatic. My strength of the session was I was focused and I put a lot of energy into the routine, which is required in a panto. I used my facials and over-exaggerated movements that I knew and the bits I was confident on, and I really focused on my facials more than my actions because I can work on my actions and keep continuing to develop my facials. My weakness was I got the wrong leg on the leaps. I didn't put enough trust into Daniel to be able to lift me, so I was a bit half-hearted about doing the lift. My targets are to go over the choreography so I know it. And the homework is what are the differences between the World War performance and the pantomime, which I'll post my completed homework task below. And that concludes this blog.